Good evening, Britain. Good morning, America. And good luck, Belgium, because you're about to witness greatness. My name is Nigel Horatio Tuffin. Yeah, I decided to sneak that in there this time. Actor, visionary, inventor of the phrase, "Oi, stop nicking me chips." Star of Cheeky Chimps Go to Town. Yes, the one where I fell into the custard vat, not once, not twice, but 7 times. A national treasure, a global phenomenon, and a man whose sparkle cannot be cancelled. Quiet, please. I know it's difficult to sit when you hear the voice of an angel. The human body naturally wants to stand and salute. It's science. Look it up on Ask Jeeves. It's still there, I promise. Now, episode 2. We made it. Yes. People said it couldn't be done. They said, Nigel, the first episode was an accident. And yet, here I am, back again, bigger, louder, and somehow slightly damper. When Beethoven wrote his Second Symphony, people said, too soon, Ludwig. We're still recovering from the first. When Shakespeare wrote Hamlet, people said, bit moody, mate. Try a rom-com. And when Nigel Tuffin records a second podcast episode, people say, who? Well, look at me now. Darren from year 6, you better look at me now. I made it. I'm back. Get over it. Cry me a river. River Thames, maybe. Yes, Darren, you may have beaten me in the egg and spoon race, but you'll never beat me in the egg and spoon race of life. And that, dear listeners, is why I'm in your ears right now. And Darren is probably still managing a carpet right in Croydon. Who's laughing now, Darren? Me, that's who. Ha ha. And so, welcome to episode 2, Nigel Tuffin versus the modern world. Over the next, 2 hours maybe? I don't know, time. Yes, 2 glorious hours. We'll stick with that for now. You will hear my rants, my wisdom, my celebrity encounters, my real sponsors, and possibly my stomach. I'm very hungry. Stay tuned, grab a snack, cancel your evening plans, tell your spouse you're busy, because this is history. And as always, I always say, you can't cancel the sparkle. Alright, kicking things off, the internet. I hate it, but I also love it, because I'm on it right now. Without the internet, you wouldn't be hearing me. Magic, isn't it? Without the internet, I wouldn't know that 3.2% of people who listen to podcasts are left-handed dentists in Norwich. Fascinating. Probably true. I don't know. What is TikTok? A clock? No. It's just teenagers flapping about in crop tops, doing the Charleston shuffle. Back in my day, if you danced in your kitchen, you got told off for scratching the lino. I did that on a television for 3 consecutive series and no one applauded. I got it. I got an action man with 1 arm and a tin of pineapple rings. I uploaded a video on YouTube once. 12 minutes of me buttering toast. Pure cinema. Poetic. But did it go viral? No. I got maybe 6 views. 2 of them were me, and the other bit was some raccoon who stole my laptop. And one was me mom, who commented, "Stop this nonsense, Nigel. Dad's watching Bargain Hunt." And don't get me started on Wi-Fi. Why do they call it wireless? It clearly has wires. They're in the walls. Invisible wires, ghost wires. The Illuminati put them there in 1997 probably. Don't quote me, but write it down. Influencers. Back in my day, if you influenced someone, you went to prison. Now, you get a brand deal with the whitening toothpaste. When I was 11, the only thing influencing me was cigarettes and a director screaming, "Cry harder, Nigel. That's acting." And let me be clear, I invented lip syncing. Age 9, lip synced the entire Spice Girls Viva Forever in my bedroom mirror. Never got credit, never got royalties. Do I look bitter? Good, because I am. Now, a quick word from our glorious sponsor. Tonight's show is proudly brought to you by Tony's Discount Stair Lifts. Too fast, too furious, too stairy, Tony's got your lift. Half the price, double the risk. Tony's motto, either get upstairs or you'll die trying. Inspiring. Thank you, Tony. These stair lifts aren't just for stairs. No, weddings, funerals, first dates. Take your partner for a romantic ride halfway up the stairs, whisper sweet nothings, press the emergency stop. That's amore. Tony's also offers custom models. Stairlift drag racing, stairlift karaoke, stairlift bungee. My personal favourite, stairlift Russian roulette. 6 stairs, 1 doesn't work, thrilling. Thank you, Tony, once again. You keep Britain moving. Slowly, but definitely moving. Alright, back to the show. I once had a chat with Sir Elton John. Pause for dramatic effect. True story, Heathrow Airport 2002, Terminal 2, Neil Pratt, a manager. I was queuing for an egg sandwich. He was queuing for first class probably. I leaned over the barrier and shouted, "Nice shoes, Reginald." He said, "Security." And that, ladies and gentlemen, is called show business camaraderie. He looked at me, I looked at him. He blinked, I sneezed. That was our duet. Magical. And if you listen closely to Tiny Dancer, you can almost hear my sneeze. Poetic. Alright, next up, listener letters. Let's get into it. We always love hearing from our fans. Alright, yes, my beloved listeners, you write to me, you open my hearts. Wait, you open your hearts, your minds, and in one case, your fridge, because one letter arrived on a slice of ham. Very moving, delicious. I shall now answer your questions, for I am Britain's wisest man, officially. I wrote it on my Wikipedia myself. Alright, here we go. Dear Nigel, how do I become famous like you? Excellent question. Step 1. Be born with extraordinary cheekbones and an aura that says, yes, I once held a Blue Peter badge. Step 2. Have parents with crushing debt who funnel you into every Croydon audition within a 5-mile radius. Step 3. Develop a catchphrase like, "Cheeky monkey needs his biscuits," and shout it until you collapse. Boom! Fame! You're welcome. Alright, next. Nigel, what's your skincare routine? We covered this in the previous episode. People always ask. Yes, youthful radiance. Step 1. Slap yourself awake every morning until your face is red and alert. Step 2, cry into a flannel, hydrates the pores. Step 3, rub a light dusting of Monster Munch crumbs across your cheeks for texture. Love it, love it, love it. And step 4, scream into a mirror until you look 20 again. Works for me. Alright, and our next letter. Dear Nigel, how do you deal with haters? Splendid question. In my day, we wouldn't call them haters though. Let's be sensitive about it. We called them the press. I dealt with them the same way I deal with pigeons. Loud clapping and lots of shouting. Nowadays, people write mean comments on X or Twitter. I don't read them. I hire a man named Trevor that shouts them back at me in the style of Morgan Freeman. Makes it dignified. Nigel Tuffin is a saggy crumpet with teeth like garden gates. See? Sounds lovely. And now, dear listeners, another fine sponsor. Today's episode is brought to you by Uncle Greg's Discount Swan Rentals. Need a swan for a wedding, a funeral, a midlife crisis picnic? For just $9.99 an hour, Greg will personally deliver a semi-tame swan to your doorstep. Some swans are guaranteed not to bite, others, well, they have character. I myself rented a swan last Christmas. Named him Trevor as well. Beautiful creature. Ate half my sofa and chased the postman into traffic. Magic day. So call Greg. His motto, if it flaps, it slaps, and tell him Nigel sent you. He'll knock 5% off or something like that. Depends on the swan. Alright, now let's get into some life advice. Children, gather around. Uncle Nigel's masterclass begins, a crash course into living life the Nigel way. Lesson 1. Confidence. Walk into every room like you own it, even if you don't, especially if you don't even. Last week, I marched into Weatherspoons, raised my arms, and declared, "Your king has arrived." Did I get free drinks? No. Did I get escorted out by 4 bouncers named Gary? Yes. Did it look fabulous? Always. Lesson 2. Networking. People say, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Rubbish. It's who you pretend to know. Drop names constantly. Yesterday I told a man at a bus stop, me and Judi Dench share a personal trainer. Not true at all. But he gave me free crisps. Networking, baby, works. Lesson 3, resilience. Fail forward. For example, I once auditioned for Les Mis. I was told I had the singing voice of a dying accordion. Did I cry? Yes, for 4 hours. Did I then march straight into the next audition room by mistake? It was actually a dentist office, and demand to sing anyway? Also, yes, they gave me a sticker. A win is a win. We made it, baby. So there you have it. Nigel's masterclass. Confidence, networking, resilience, CNR, remember it, tattoo it, or better, buy my masterclass on cassette for $49.99 plus shipping. It's a steal. Comes with a free poster of me winking at a lamppost. Iconic. Alright, back to the letters. Let's keep them coming. Much like my alimony payments, relentless and poorly timed, let's see what the fans have to say. Dear Nigel, what is the secret to happiness? The internal question. Happiness is simple. It's lowering your standards, really. If you expect life to give you champagne and yachts, you'll be miserable. If you expect life to give you a packet of crisps and a seat on a bus that doesn't smell like soup, you'll be ecstatic. My happiest day, 1994, someone mistook me for one of those Weasley brothers. Free sandwich, still counts. Alright, Nigel, are you single? My word. Forward, aren't we? Well, technically yes. Spiritually no. Emotionally married to the stage. Physically married twice. Both ended in flames, literally. The second one was during a medieval banquet reenactment, fire-breathing mishap. Too soon, don't want to get into it anymore, moving on. But to answer your question, applications, let's say they're not open at the moment. No swans, please. Learned my lesson with that one. Continuing. Nigel, what do you think about AI taking jobs from actors? AI? Artificial idiots, I call it. Can a robot stumble drunk onto GMTV and accidentally insult Lorraine Kelly? No. Can a robot mispronounce Worcestershire on live radio and turn it into a career-defining moment? No, AI will never replace raw, chaotic energy that Nigel Tuffin brings. Unless, of course, it's doing my taxes. In case, fine, take it. I beg you.
Nigel Tuffin, irrelevant, replace with toaster.
Who let that robot in here? And now, a word from perhaps the bravest businessman in Britain, Barry. Yes, Barry's pre-chewed toffee. Why waste precious jaw power when Barry can do it for you? Each toffee lovingly chewed, spat into eco-friendly wrapping, and posted straight to your door. Currently the only flavour is mint. I had one yesterday. Melted in my mouth instantly. Also gave me Barry's dental records. A unique experience. Barry, you're a pioneer. Ignore the health inspectors. They don't understand art. Right, enough letters, enough sponsors. It's time for Nigel's rant. Nigel's rant. Manners are dead, gone, buried in a shallow grave, behind a ladle. Back in my day, if you sneezed, people said, bless you. Nowadays, people film it, put it on TikTok, and caption it, old man spreads COVID. No one holds doors anymore. I once held a door open for a lady at Pret. She looked at me with dead eyes, walked away, said, that's your job, granddad. I'm not a granddad, I'm a national icon.
Who do you think you are? I am!
And don't get me started on queues. Britain was built on queues. Now it's just chaos, elbows everywhere. I queued for 3 hours last week. Turned out it wasn't a queue, just a random group of pigeons. I still waited, out of principle. You know, I'm always a man of honor and respect. And customer service. No one says thank you anymore. Last week I tipped a waiter a tenner. He said, we don't accept Monopoly money, mate. Rude, collectible, limited edition. If society continues like this, I give us 5 years max. And then, boom, apocalypse. All because we stopped saying please at Greg's. And thus, dear listeners, we come to the end of episode 2. You laughed, you most likely cried because you really feel for me and stuff. You probably unsubscribed, but remember this, fame is temporary, money is fleeting, but Nigel Horatio Tuffin is forever. The spotlight may dim, the spotlight may flicker. The spotlight may explode in a Croydon Odeon and take out 3 rows of pensioners, but it never dies. Why? Because you can't cancel the sparkle. Yes! Good night, God bless, and Darren from year 6, I'm still winning, you stink. I love everyone else. Have a good night, once again. Adios, amigos.